hello, and good afternoon. My name is Amanda, and welcome to the Done Creative. For today's pick a card reading, we are going to be figuring out what you can expect for the month of August 2020. And if you're new to pick a card readings, I just ask that you close your eyes, take a couple of deep cleansing breaths, and try to center your energy and focus in on piles number 1, 2, and 3. And if more than one pile calls out to you, there may be a message in each pile for you. Once you've selected your pile or piles, you can go ahead and check the description box below for the timestamps, and I also try to pin them as the top comment. So without delaying this any further, I'm going to give you a moment to meditate on the cards, and I will see you over at your reading. Alright, group number 1, let's go ahead and find out what you can expect for the month of August 2020. And as always with my monthly pick a card readings, we're going to go ahead and start with your tarot cards and get additional guidance from your oracle cards. Alright, so let's go ahead and start with this Eight of Emotions card. So this is going to be the card that's going to represent the overall energy of the month of August for you guys. And this is just letting you know that this is going to be the month that you're stepping away from the things that you've been putting so much energy into and just really not getting much out of. And for some of you, this isn't going to be stepping away forever or indefinitely by any means. This might just be needing you to take a break from something. But for others of you, this could be looking like you walking away from something that you've really put your heart and soul into, and you're walking away from it for good. So there's two distinct paths that I'm seeing for you guys, so you'll have to kind of intuitively figure out which one I'm talking about for you. But this is just going to be a month of you just not accepting what's not serving you anymore. You're releasing the baggage, you're releasing past trauma, you're just letting go of things that you have or you feel you have no control over, and just kind of flowing with things. I just see you wanting to flow with what is really what's sticking out to me. So with your past energies coming in with this Four of Voices, this feels to me like you, in the past months coming up into August, so that would be July, June, maybe even as far back as May, you guys may have just been feeling really overwhelmed or tired or lethargic, or maybe you have allowed yourself that time to rest. But for others of you, it feels to me like you've worked yourself so hard that you had no choice but to rest. So maybe you got ill, maybe you injured yourself in some way. I'm seeing someone at work maybe getting a work injury in their back area, but that's just, I think, for one or two people. But it feels to me like you may have in the recent past kind of been forced to take that break, take some time for some self-care. Because even though this is that Four of Swords energy, and it can be really overwhelmed and anxious and just over it and just tired, this girl does look kind of content. So this could be you, for some of you, just you did take the past few months or even the month of July to allow yourself time to rest, relax, have fun. Maybe you've gone on vacations and just allowed yourself some time to get away and get out. So for the present month of August, this is going to be the energies here. So we have the Lovers card. So this is a great card for your present energy. You are having a lot of loving feelings. So whether you have a spouse or a partner or not, you're just feeling very loving to those who are close to you. But if you especially have a spouse or someone you have your eye on and they have their eye on you, this just is a really good time where you can share your feelings with this person. You can be vulnerable with them. You can have a lot of fun. But for some of you, there is a choice that needs to be made this month. And it feels like a pretty significant life change. It doesn't feel like anything scary or made from fear. It feels like a fun change you're needing to make a decision about. And for some of you, it's funny, I just see someone wanting to cut their hair short. You have maybe really, really long hair and you're like, should I cut my hair? It could be as simple as a decision like that. I mean, it's simple, but it does change your whole, daily life, because your long flowing hair is no longer there. But it's a decision. It feels like it's going to be a fun or a life-changing decision in a good way. But this is just really saying this month of August, really treasure your time with your loved ones, with your significant other, because it's just going to be a time you can kind of look back on and see that you guys had a lot of fun. Maybe you made some really good memories in the month of August. So for your future conditions, kind of the end of August going into the fall months of September and maybe even as far off as October, you guys have the Nine of Swords. And this is that nightmare card, that really anxious and despair card. And it's kind of funny because the Nine of Swords and the Four of Swords have similar underlying energies, in my opinion. And I see she's relaxing, there's even someone curled up down here on the bottom relaxing. So I feel like you guys are really needing to take some relaxation. Even if you're really like charging forward with some sort of project or something you're working on or something you're trying to get done, I feel like you guys really need to allow yourselves that time to rest as well. You know, work hard, play hard, but also rest hard is what I'm hearing. But for some of you, this Nine of Voices could represent you having some nightmares or even some sleep paralysis or night terrors. I'm seeing a lot of energy happening to you at night. So even for some of you, that could look like insomnia or just feeling really energized at night. And my advice to you is if you feel really energized, you're tossing and turning, sleep is just nowhere to be found, don't remain in bed tossing and turning. Find something to put your mind to work on. Maybe read a book or do some sort of crossword puzzle or something to kind of get your mind engaged, because that will help you settle down a little bit. But I just heard you're damn tired. Like, and I don't feel like this is on a physical level. I feel this is like spiritual energy. Like you're just so tired. Maybe you're really tired about what's going on in the world and all the hatred and all the violence and all the this and the that. Maybe it's time for you with this Nine of Swords to just kind of take your frequency or your energy away from that more violent nature of things. Even if you're watching a lot of horror movies or true crime stuff like on Netflix or something, this is just maybe saying that might not be in your best interest right now, because you are really ripe for having nightmares or for having some sort of spiritual attack maybe in the astral realm. And if you don't know what that means, don't be afraid. I mean, this happens to a lot of people, and it's nothing really to be afraid about. So if you're really well versed in the spiritual war that's going on or spiritual attacks in the astral realm, you can look up what that means if you don't really know what's going on. But if you're well versed in it, you know, yeah, it's not very fun, but at the same time, it's really nothing to be feared. And I do see a lot of you guys also wanting to kind of dive into that shadow side of yourself as well. So then we have your best path to follow position, and this is the High Priestess. So you guys, the best thing you can do this month is to really get introspective and really figure out that, you know, sense of self-knowledge and truth, and just be still and reflect on what's going on in your life, what's happened, what you want to happen. Just really, I'm hearing life review as I say that as well, but I feel like you guys are going to be really tapped into your subconscious mind, you know, with this Nine of Voices in your really active nighttime life. So maybe if you can't relax your mind at night and you're tossing and turning, maybe also you could be doing some meditating. Put on some binaural beats or some really calm music and just allow yourself to lay in bed and meditate, because I feel like you're going to get some really good insights about your life, about yourself, about what's going on, and just really you're going to be tapping into that more spiritual side of yourself. And I do feel like, you know, these two being real close to each other here, I feel like you're going to be receiving messages from your guides, your angels, your higher self in your dream state. So this could look like precognitive dreams or premonitions you're having about something that might happen, or just kind of a deja vu or like a recurring dream that you're having the month of August as well. But your best path to follow is just to really not put harsh judgments on a lot of things. Just really be still and kind of in that neutral state as you kind of find your way to your next steps in life is kind of what I'm hearing. So with this Seven of Inspiration or Seven of Wands, this feels to me, this is your wish coming true for the month. So the really good thing coming true for you is you're going to have this really big drive and determination to really carry on with what it is you're doing. So I'm feeling like in the past and even in the month of August, you're maybe having to deal with people who are jealous of you. And it may not come across as like straight up jealousy. It may look like someone trying to troll you on social media, or if you have some sort of YouTube channel or Instagram account, people are maybe coming to you to troll you. And it's not just because, you know, whatever reason. It's because they're jealous of you. They are jealous of maybe the content you're putting out or how happy you seem to be on your social media. And this could even look like Facebook, maybe friends or family are cutting you down for posting a really happy selfie of yourself or something. You know, there's going to be those negative Nancys out there that are just trying to pull you down. But the wish coming true for you is you're not going to let that pull you down. So if people are coming at you to try to knock you down a peg or two because they don't like how bright you're shining, don't worry, because the wish coming true for you is you are going to master that. It's gonna be like no skin off your back. So if people are acting jealous and a little mean, just don't worry about them. So for your outcome card, we have the Strength card, and what a beautiful one for you to have is your outcome, especially because you're walking away from what's not serving you. This is just letting us know that over this month of August, you're really going to be tapping into that inner courage, that inner strength, and really facing your inner demons, your inner angels. You're just going to be facing yourself, and you're going to be really strong with other people as far as letting them know where you stand in life or in the scenario. So you're going to be speaking your truth, you know, with some of these cards we have here. You're going to be really tapped into what you need and what you want, and you're not going to be afraid to put that out there in the world. And I just see it's like you're accepting this shadow part of yourself. I think with all this 9 of Voices and 4 of Voices energy, you're just really accepting who you are, for better, for worse. And I don't see you accepting it like, well, this is my life, kind of like a victim. I see you accepting it as, okay, this is where I am now, but that doesn't mean that that's where I have to reside forever. It's like you're accepting what is now so that you can make any significant changes to your life that you want to make in the future. So I think that's what I'm mostly getting from our tarot. Let's go ahead and jump into your oracle cards. Okay, so let's go ahead and start here with this Prosperity Lies Ahead card here with the new moon in Taurus. So there is some prosperity coming to you, and I think that's going to be after a time of you really getting tapped into what it is you want. These things that you're kind of walking away from or kind of putting on the back burner for now. When you do that, it's going to allow you time to really get in touch with what you want moving forward. And that is going to be, because it says prosperity lies ahead, I feel like that's going to be in the month of September. You're really going to be seeing fruits of your labor that you put in August. And I feel like for some of you, that might be dealing with someone who is a Taurus. Maybe that's your partner or a boss or a friend. You know, someone who's going to play a prominent role in your prosperity may be a Taurus, sun, moon, or rising. So then over here we have the Be Bold and Make the First Move with the Cardinal Moon card. So, you know, taking that Strength card, you're going to be, like I said, putting yourself out there, letting people know where you stand, and you're not going to be afraid, you know, once you've walked away from what's not really serving you at this time, you're not going to be afraid to let people know what you want and actually start going after it. You're going to be making that move toward what you want. So with this Rain Purification card, it feels to me like this, sorry, I keep tapping my water. Okay, so I feel like this is actually your past energies of July kind of seeping into August. Like you're just purifying things, you know, walking away from what's not serving you, allowing yourself time for relaxation and a time out when you need it. And even if you have to take 3, 4, 20 timeouts during this month, do it, because it's going to benefit you. If you can allow yourself to relax and recharge, it's going to purify your energy and help you tap into that inner strength and confidence that you need to get you into the fall months. So then we have the Release Your Ex card. It says the time has come to clear your energy. So I think this could go with love, like your energy within that love relationship, or if you're single or even coupled up, this could be releasing energy, clearing energy of past relationships that are leaking into your current life. And if you're not with anyone, don't want to be with anyone, this is just clearing your own energy and clearing your energy of past relationships of any kind, whether that's your parents, your siblings, your friends, just clearing what's not serving you anymore is going to benefit you greatly. It's going to purify your aura and your energy, and you're just going to be really ready going into September to really go after what it is you want in life. Then we have the time to decide card. Make a decision based on your heart's true desires. And going back to what we were saying with this Lovers card, it feels to me like that decision that you may be making this month, it's gonna be very fun. I'm getting a little bit of crown tingles as I say this, so it's gonna be something really fun and, you know, based on your heart's desire. So something, for some of you, this could be a business that you're trying to start or that you're really getting all gung-ho about. If you've already started this business, maybe you've decided to offer some sort of new product line. Things at work are just really exciting for some of you, and it's funny because we have all these numbers floating around and it's like time to decide. So this kind of reminds me of the numbers on the clock, but they're just kind of spinning around her. But for me, it's like you need to decide. It's time to decide, but time is feeling very illusory in this card. So it's like time doesn't exist to you. It's like you're stepping out of time, making the proper decision, then stepping back into time is like what I'm seeing in my mind's eye as I say that. So I feel like you guys will make a divinely timed decision. So if there's a decision you know that needs to be made and you can't make it right now, maybe you don't have enough money or enough resources or enough input from other people or whatever the case may be, this is just saying you don't have to rush into any kind of decision. You can take your time. Even though this says it is time to decide, I'm reading this slightly differently with all these numbers floating around. Like, you can take your time because anything that happens in divine timing. The timing is always perfect. You are always in the right place at the right time. So then we have the Family Harmony card, and this is just very 10 of Cups energy. It feels to me like your family life, both the people you live with and your extended family, things are just going to be really good. Any kind of quarrels or stuff that, you know, has been going on maybe in the past, maybe that's some of the stuff you're letting go and just allowing yourself to enjoy these people. And I do see like you and like an aunt or an uncle, maybe some sort of family member, but not a real close family member, maybe have fought over politics or what's going on in the world right now. And you're kind of taking the month of August to decide, you know what, let's just put that aside and be family, be cordial and have a good time. Especially if you're on vacation where these people are, or you're going on vacation together with some of these people. For some of you, this could be a parent that you are kind of having differences with that you're setting aside to just enjoy each other's company. So yeah, you guys, I think that's all I'm seeing for you, but you guys will have to let me know below if this message resonated and if you're excited about your month of August. And as always, thanks again so much, you guys, for all your likes, comments, shares, subscribes, and all the things. And I really, truly do hope to see you back at the Done Creative. All right, bye. All right, group number 2, let's figure out what you can expect for the month of August 2020. And as always with my monthly pick a card readings, we're going to go ahead and start with your tarot cards and get additional guidance from your oracle cards. Okay, so group number 2. You guys, for your overall energy for the month of August, have the Page of Voices or the Page of Swords. So it feels to me like you guys are just going to be relentless, like butt kickers as far as your goals are concerned. Just looking at what's going on, I'm so excited to get into this for you guys. You guys are just going to be like anxious to get the show on the road. So if there's a goal that you've been going after or something that maybe you had put on the back burner or something that maybe has been kind of stagnant in your life, maybe a project you've been working on. I see someone writing a book or, you know, had been writing a book and put it on the back burner for a really long time. But this is going to be the month in August where you just want to move forward on whatever this thing is. This could be a new project for some of you. This could be reinvigorating an old project for others of you. But it just seems to me like you guys are just like, I just see like balls to the wall, ready to go. You're wanting to just achieve things and just make things happen. Just make ish happen this month. And it feels very exciting and very beautiful. But the one thing that I would say with this card is, much like the Knight of Voices or the Knight of Swords, the Page of Swords, you do want to make sure you're kind of watching what you say to other people, because the Page is that more immature, energy of the Knight of the Court cards, and this page can sometimes speak without thinking, so just make sure you're not saying things without thinking them through first, especially with friends or family where you maybe hurt someone's feelings. That's just kind of a little side note that I'm getting for your overall energy. Just make sure you think before you speak is mostly what I'm trying to say here. So then in your past energies of July and June, maybe even as far back as May, you have the number 20 Awakening card, which is the Judgment card in your typical tarot deck. But what I'm getting from this is it's like, do you need to be kind to yourself, or were you needing a little bit of tough love? And I feel like especially in the month of June, you really kind of gave yourself a nice serving of tough love. Like, you made sure, you know, I've been resting on my laurels for too long. It's time for me to jump in and get to work. But I feel like some of you may have been beating yourself up a little bit that you weren't moving as fast as you could, or you just didn't have the desire or drive to really move forward. But that's all going to be resolved this month with this Page of Voices. You are moving forward in your goals, in your dreams, in your work. I see maybe someone wanting to change jobs or moving up the corporate ladder, or, you know, just leveling up in work in some way. Promotion for some of you is what I'm seeing as well, or an increase in your income. Maybe you have a really good month. If you work in sales or something, you have a really good month of August, where maybe June was kind of, you maybe missed the mark with your sales quota, or just in what you had hoped to set out to accomplish in the month of June. Maybe you didn't quite hit your mark, but in August, boy, you're gonna more than hit your mark. So don't worry, you're gonna be making up for that lost whatever, lost time, lost money, lost whatever you had going on in June or May. So then here we have, oh, and July. For some reason though, I keep seeing June was that month that really was kind of stuck for you guys possibly. But it feels like July, maybe you started slowly moving forward, but August is where you're really gonna be kicking it. I'm feeling like, I was going to jump ahead, but now I just see one more thing, that you guys, there's going to be some sort of important change that happened in June and July that has had to occur for you to be able to reach your next milestone here in August. And that's going to be different for each of you. So whatever is kind of popping into your head as we're talking, that is the thing that kind of needed to change or to shift in order for you to kind of break out of that stuck energy. So then in your present moment, this is for the month of August, your present conditions, we have the Hierophant, which is great because you guys are examining that past, what was going on in your past. You're reading, you're studying, you're just, I see someone like going online and finding like soul family members. Like you're seeking the truth. You're putting that beacon of light out there and you're attracting what's meant for you. So that could be abundance, you're manifesting what you need, you're bringing in soul family members. It's like, she kind of reminds me of this lighthouse. You know, she's got this bit, it's probably hard to see up on the camera, but she's got this like little hood kind of thing on, and then there's these like star kind of prism type thingies kind of radiating from her head. Then there's these candles that are kind of lighting this person's way. So this person, which I feel is you, just one second, my son turned the fan on downstairs. I will be right back. All right, I'm back. Okay, so yes, this is you. You feel like a lighthouse for people. And it's funny too, I'm being drawn back up here. There's this light radiating from her high heart chakra, not quite her throat, not quite her heart, but that high heart area. It's like you're putting that beacon of light out to other starseeds, other light workers, other whatever label you want to put on that, and you're attracting your tribe in. And I really feel like you're learning something this month of August that is going to create new opportunities in your life. So maybe that looks like for some of you, you're gonna be going back to school, or you're taking some sort of training course, or I even see someone like signing up for Skillshare and learning a skill, and that said skill is going to actually start something really new and beautiful for you that is going to affect your future finances and your future abundance. So if there's some sort of trade or skill that you're hoping to learn, I see someone wanting to learn tarot. I see another person wanting to learn how to like design, like graphic design or kind of a book cover or something. But any energy you put into learning new skills this month with this Page of Voices is going to really pay off for you in the long run. So run with that and go with that for sure. So then in your future conditions with this Knight of Inspiration or your Knight of Wands, this is that action Knight. This Knight just charges in, ready for action. But the only caveat, this is your future conditions. I don't remember if I mentioned that, but this is going to be your end of August into September and your fall months. But the caveat that I say with this Knight of Wands or Knight of Inspiration is sometimes this Knight charges in without thinking. They charge in, ready to go, you know, and with that Page of Voices, just relentless and ready to get things done. So sometimes, and I was saying, think before you speak. Also think before you act. You want to make sure that you are having a bit of a game plan. I mean, you don't have to have everything completely plotted and planned out before you dive in, take an action, but at least have a couple of your steps lined out before you dive in and get ready to go, because this Knight is ready to pursue their goals. But if you're someone who is going to rush in without making any kind of plan, you may have to go back and kind of redo some things or rethink something that you've done, especially with all the retrograde energy that will still be happening in August. Make sure you have at least a little bit of a game plan before you rush in, because this is that bold Knight that's going to seize any opportunity that comes their way. And the good thing is you're going to be really confident. But again, pairing that confidence with impulsivity is kind of a hard line. So be confident, absolutely, but make sure you're not just being impulsive with your ideas and actions. So it's okay to get a bright idea and start working on something, like if you're painting or writing a book, you know, something like that where it's more creative and you can make changes as you go. But if you're, say, wanting to start a business, it's probably not the best idea to just jump right in and be like, okay, I'm a business, let's go, without having your business plan in place or having funding and resources put in place and, you know, figuring out what services you want to offer put in place. That's where the planning would really help. But with this, if this is something creative, on a side note, if this is something creative, by all means jump right in, because creativity is something that flows. So you can always go back and change something about it, like if you're creating some sort of musical piece or a painting or even a book like we were saying, you can always go back and edit or fix things that later on feel weird or like you don't really like it. You can always go fix those things if it's something creative. So you'll kind of have to take what resonates with this card and leave the rest for your specific scenario. So this is going to be your best path to follow this month, and you guys have the Justice card, which is amazing because you are taking responsibility for the choices you're making and you're really weighing those options before you take the action. That will be your best path. Like we were saying, don't rush in. Your best path to follow would be to take a little bit of time and weigh your options, figure out, is this best for me? Is this best for me? And that's going to be different for everyone. This could be looking like something to do with your job. Even for others of you, this could be trying to figure out where should we go on a vacation, or something fun like that. I mean, this is going to be different for everyone, but I feel like this is very creative energy. I'm just really getting a creative vibe from this Justice card. So this could be some sort of creative project or home renovation or something. But even then, when you're renovating your home or doing things around your home, you kind of want to make sure you're really set on what you want, because it's expensive. Like, say if you're putting in a tile floor or a tile backsplash, and then after 2 weeks, you're like, actually, I hate it. To have to tear all that out, that's a lot of elbow grease and a lot of work. Plus, it's a lot of money to have to redo something like that. So if you're doing something that's going to be pretty permanent, make sure you're really weighing your options and figuring out all your steps. And once you figure that out, then take action. So your wish coming true this month with this Two of Materials or Two of Pentacles, this is you taking on any challenges that are coming your way. Like, she is juggling and she's got her head thrown back. Like, she's here for it. Like, she's ready to take on this action energy, you know, with this Page of Voices fueling your month. This is you juggling all the things you need to get done, and you got your head back, you're excited, you're ready to take it on. And you're just really able this month to be really flexible in what it is you're doing, and you're going to be able to juggle everything that needs to get done. I don't think this is going to be sustainable too far into September for you guys, but as far as the month of August goes, you're going to just be able to be on and busy. But I have a feeling coming August, or we are talking about August, come September, you're gonna need a nice little break. Even if it's just a whole day where you don't do anything, you just lay in bed and watch TV and just kind of recharge your batteries, or if you do a lot of meditation or get outside and do something. I feel like in September you're gonna need a break because this is a very fiery, very passionate energy coming in. And you guys do have 3 major arcana energies in this reading so far. And I feel like, oh no, 4. We have Judgment, Hierophant, Magician, and Justice. So 4. So there is a lot of transformation going on in your life, a lot of changes you're making and implementing this month. So make sure come September that you're allowing yourself to take a little bit of a breather because you've really got a lot accomplished in August. So especially if you felt stagnant in July and in June, this is going to be the month where you get so much done. But then again, you need to allow yourself that time to rest come September. So your outcome card, the outcome for the month, the Magician, you guys are bringing those dreams you have that you've had maybe since earlier on this year or even longer ago. You're bringing those, she's like pulling this thing down. You know, she's reaching up over her head and pulling whatever this, I'm just calling this magic or whatever. She's pulling this magic down because I have a feeling she's going to then put it down here where she's kind of sitting. She's going to bring it down so she can use this energy to work on whatever it is she's got going on here. But it feels to me like you're taking dreams you've had in the past and making them a reality this month. Even if this thing that you've wanted to create or have happen in your life doesn't happen completely in August, you're going to be laying the groundwork for that thing to happen this month. So I'm feeling like this is that, you know, the Magician, I always call that my Midas touch card as well. So it's like you can make anything happen. Things are really like happening. And I also see you like taking your limited amount of resources. So say you only have a piece of paper, some markers, and a cardboard box. You're going to take the materials that you do have and you're going to create something absolutely amazing with what you have. It's like you are creating alchemy. You are changing that cardboard box, that paper, those markers into a work of art. And that is just an example. So this could be a home project, this could be an artistic project or a creative project of some kind, or for some of you, this could be you birthing a child into the world as well. I don't know why I'm getting that, but that's just what I'm getting. Maybe you're bringing that soul down in so it can come out. Okay, so I think that's all I'm seeing for the tarot. Let's go ahead and jump into your oracle cards. I never know where I want to put things until I start moving it, and then I want to move it around. And I really do hope that's not too wonky up there on the camera. It might be, but oh well, we're gonna roll with it. So let's go ahead and jump in right up here. It says the answers you need are coming with the full moon in Gemini. So there may be some things you're waiting on with this Night of Inspiration, not diving right in and doing things, but you're waiting on other people, or you're waiting on additional spiritual guidance from your higher self or something like that. But the answers that you need to make your dreams a reality are coming to you this month of August. And that, I feel like there was maybe a missing piece of information or a step that you knew you needed to do, but maybe involved other people in July and maybe even as far back as June or May, where you were kind of waiting on other people or waiting, maybe you didn't have all the puzzle pieces. But this month of August, you're going to be having all the information you need, and the answers you need are coming to where you can put whatever manifestation into being that you want to create. So then we have the Eagle card, communion. So I do feel like many of you guys are really communing with other people, whether that's your friends, your family, spirit. I see a lot of you really wanting to tap into your more spiritual side here with this Justice. It seems like a very creative and spiritual card in this Muse Tarot deck. So with this communion card, I'm also being reminded of like a vision quest. Maybe you want to take a day where you just go out in the woods, or you go on a hike, or you just go somewhere where you're alone, where you can really commune with spirit, commune with that inner part of yourself without the interruptions, without the phone calls, without the kids beating down the door to try to talk to you, you know, if you're a mother or a father. I just see you really wanting to commune with your inner self and spirit as well. And that's going to be something that you're going to be able to accomplish this month. So then we have with this Romance Angels card, let your friends help you, ask for and accept support from others. And because this is kind of your romance card, I feel like there's something that you need to do. So whether you're single or coupled up, there's something you need to do, but you're needing someone's help with. So this could look like you moving furniture and it's too heavy, so you need another pair of hands to help you lift the furniture. Or again, kind of going back to those answers that you were seeking, this person is going to help you find those answers, or maybe they are the answer to your problem. Maybe something they say offhand is the exact thing you needed to hear to make your dreams come true, or to give you that idea to plant the seed to help you make your dreams come true. But you're asking for and accepting support from others. And this could also be that spirit team coming in to help you make this stuff happen, because when we ask our guides and angels for help, things are taken up a whole new notch. You can go through life just trying to accomplish and, striving to make things happen, but when you can include that spiritual element, calling in your guides and angels to step along with you, I mean, they are always with you anyway, but when you ask them to help you, that's when they can step in and give you little nuggets of ideas within your thoughts. Or you'll see something, they'll direct your attention to something, and then you'll look up what that thing means, and then it will lead you down this rabbit hole of where you need to be. It's really beautiful how spirit works through all sorts of different 3D mundane things. But I feel like you're going to be more open to that communication from friends, family, spirit, whoever. So then we have surrender to the divine with the full moon, and I am getting crown tingles as I say this. So there are many of you that are really communing and getting in touch with that spiritual side of yourself and with spirit. I feel like, much like group number 1, you guys may be getting prophetic dreams or getting downloads in your sleep state. Maybe you wake up and you feel like all your cells are vibrating because you are astral projecting. Even if you don't remember that's what you're doing, I feel like maybe that is what you guys are doing. And you're maybe getting more communication through dreams, through even songs. Like you may be listening to a song and the lyrics are giving you information for what you need to do to move forward in your life. And then we have the crystals card. Your connection to crystals and gemstones is a channel for healing energy. So some of you may be getting new crystals this month. I see you maybe visiting a rock shop and just picking out a couple of fun little, maybe smaller sized crystals that you can carry around in your purse or your pocket, and maybe even buying new crystals. If you're someone who's got a lot of crystals like I do, maybe this month you're trying out crystals you've never heard of or crystals you've never seen before. And by going to some sort of gem show or rock shop, you can, hold the crystal in your hand for a couple of seconds, and then you can kind of start to feel the energy of it. And sometimes energy really jives with you, other times you don't really feel anything at all, and other times it might repel you. But I feel like you guys are going to be finding crystals to work with that are really going to make this magician energy come to life. So maybe she's got 4 circles here on this table. Maybe these are crystals you're working with in some sort of ritual or incantation or affirmations or meditations you're doing to... You use these crystals to bring more energy in, and they are beautiful channels for healing. So if you want to heal your body, you want to heal your shadow self or your inner child, or help heal your kids or your parents or your family or friends, beautiful way to do it is with crystals. And then with this last card, we have honoring your true feelings. And every time we get this card, she's sitting here crocheting some sort of little doily. So I'm feeling for many of you, honoring your true feelings is just getting in touch with what your soul wants. And for many of us, our soul wants to create stuff. She is creating this little doily. I see some of you wanting to kind of get ready for the fall and winter craft fair circuit, if that's going to even be a possibility with the whole CV or coronavirus stuff going around. I'm not sure, but I feel like some of you may even be selling your wares or your creations online, or just connecting with what it is, because she's out in nature and she's creating this little crocheted whatever. So I feel like you guys are putting your loving energy into what it is you're creating, even if that's a business or a child. Obviously, loving energy usually goes into creating a child, but anything you're making, even if you're decorating your home or something, You're putting your loving energy into it. But then with what it says here, honoring your true feelings, you guys are getting more in touch with that more spiritual side of yourself. And that's where you're going to find your true feelings. Not those surface level feelings where your ego is kind of saying, oh, you need to make this much money so you can buy this car, so you can buy this house, so you can achieve this. You're not operating from that level of ego. You're tapping more into what your spirit wants. What is your purpose here? And many of you are finding that purpose, and that's why you're so gung-ho to just jump in and make this purpose happen. But again, make sure you make a plan before you really get started, or you're gonna maybe have to go back and redo some things. But this overall was such a beautiful reading. Thank you guys so much for allowing me to get you this information. And I really do hope this resonated and helped you in some way. If it did, you'll have to let me know below what you thought. And as always, you guys, thanks again so much for all your likes, comments, shares, subscribes, and all the things. And I really, truly do hope to see you back at the Done Creative. All right, bye. All right, group number 3, let's go ahead and find out what you can expect for the month of August 2020. And as always with my monthly pick-a-card readings, we're going to go ahead and start with your tarot cards and get additional guidance from your oracle cards. Okay, can we just stop for a moment and just see how beautiful the colors are in this reading? I absolutely am really being drawn to this orangey, kind of yellowy orangey color, and even some of these pinks. So I'm feeling like your main chakras of operation are going to be your sacral chakra, your solar plexus, and your heart. Lots of green and pink, that represents heart. And even up into the throat as well. But you guys are going to be doing a lot of cool stuff. But let's go ahead and start with your overall energy. You guys have the 10 of Swords, or the 10 of Voices, and this is normally a card all about struggle and having just this heavy weight that you can't lift, or this burden that you're bearing. But it feels like, you know, this month you may be going through some ish. I'm not gonna lie, it's not gonna be the easiest energy to get through completely, but I feel your actual like world, your 3D world, is things are going great. It's just maybe you have some mental anguish, or some sort of past trauma, or something that's kind of leaking into what's going great in your life. And we'll kind of get into more what this means on the grand scale, because I don't feel like this is going to be that complete 10 of Swords energy where you're just, you know, I feel like for many of you, this is just having to do with overwhelm. You're just overwhelmed by a lot of stuff going on out in the world. I don't feel like this is your own life that's just, you know, things have hit the fan, but I feel like on a mental level, you're just kind of going through a little bit of stuff. And maybe you kind of even beat yourself up, like, well, why do I feel so bad? Everything's going great. Why can't I just be appreciative of it? And you're kind of beating yourself up about it. And I don't want you to beat yourself up, because whatever feelings are coming up for you, they just want to be felt so that you can release them. And for some of you, I actually don't feel this is your energy whatsoever. This is the collective energy of all the violence and the terrorist stuff going on, and just the crazy world we're living in these times is affecting you. You guys are empaths, and the way the world is going right now is really affecting you. And for some of you, you may not know how to let that energy flow through you and out of you. You just kind of take it on as your own energy. So we're going to kind of work into how we can kind of alleviate that feeling for you guys, because most of your cards here are just fabulous and beautiful and exciting. So let's get into this. So your past energy you're coming into the month of August with, this is July, June, maybe even as far back as May. You guys have the 10 of Emotions, or the 10 of Cups. So this is a good time. This is good family life, time with family, happiness, joy, emotional fulfillment. So the fact that this is kind of, this 10 of Swords is kind of underlying your whole month, it feels like some of you may be feeling like, you know, things are going too good, what's gonna go wrong? So it's almost like you're in the past, things were going great, but they can't go great for too long, because the other shoe is going to fall, the other shoe is going to drop. What's gonna happen? So it's almost like you're sabotaging your own happiness at times, thinking, I don't deserve to be happy for some of you, and then for others of you, things are going too good. What's going to go wrong? What's the next thing that's going to go wrong? And it's like you're on high alert for something to go wrong, and when nothing goes wrong, you're not even enjoying the time that you're having with friends, with family, with your, you know, immediate environment, because you're so worried about what's coming next. And it feels to me like this energy is going to try to follow you through this month. And I do feel like for some of you, for many of you, especially if you do consider yourself some sort of starseed or light worker or old soul, this is on a spiritual basis. Like, you are going through a spiritual war. I mean, the whole world is going through a spiritual war, but you are somehow caught in the crosshairs or the crossfire of the spiritual war. And much like group number 1, you guys may be having things go on in your dream state. Maybe you wake up exhausted because you feel like, you know, you had all these dreams where you're running here, you're running there, you're doing this, you're doing that. Maybe you are having nightmares as well. But what's going on is there's a spiritual war going on, and you guys are, as old souls, as empaths, as more evolved souls. I just keep seeing, you know, Blu-ray souls for some of you, indigo starseeds, rainbow children, crystal children. You guys are very busy in the astral realm and the other realms while you sleep at night. So that's why some of you may wake up exhausted. And just know you're doing nothing wrong. Whatever's going on is supposed to be going on. So just, you can get through this. I feel like you're going to get through this time without any big worries or anything. So then we have, in your present moment, your present conditions for the month of August is the Ace of Inspiration or the Ace of Wands. So you guys have this passion and this drive to really be pushing forward into new things. This Ace of Wands is something new. This is that spark of an idea of something new. You can take it or you can leave it. And I feel like you guys are going to be taking it. You're going to be taking this new idea, this new inspiration. It could be a new creative project that, you know, you've just gotten this idea from, and you're so excited to just dive in and make this thing happen. But it's something creative for many of you, and it's going to be the start of something new in your life. If you take this opportunity that's coming your way, for many of you, it's just going to be an idea that floats into your head. Do you make this idea a reality, or do you just let it float on by like a cloud? That's going to be up to you. But I feel like many of you are going to take this opportunity, and then that is going to lead you into this page of materials. So this is the end of August going into September and those fall months. So with this page of materials, I feel like you guys are really getting dedicated and focused on your goals. That page of materials or page of pentacles is very talented. They're excited to discover new talents that they didn't know they had. And they love studying, taking on new areas of study, and they commit to the daydreams they receive. And if you look at this picture here, it's like she's looking at this rose and she wants to replicate that rose. So it's like in her mind's eye or in her imagination, she's bringing that rose into her awareness. So now she is wearing the rose on her head and wearing a dress of roses. So it's like maybe you see something online as like a cool painting or a picture, or even as mundane as seeing a flower, and that inspires you. It sparks something within you with this Ace of Inspiration. You know, this inspiration is just seeping right into her third eye there. You are getting that inspiration from most likely nature, or something really natural and really beautiful, something that really speaks to your soul. And you're taking that in and you're creating with that. And because your best path to follow is the Queen of Inspiration, and we have this line coming down in these circles around her third eye. Your third eye, I know I had mentioned the lower chakras, but now I'm really seeing this third eye is going to play a big role. You're going to be getting downloads of information, and if you're someone who can visualize, you're going to be getting a lot of clairvoyant communication from your guides, from angels, from your higher self. And many of you are going to be channeling that clairvoyance into some sort of creative project that has a very spiritual basis, is what it feels like to me. So for some of you, if you're doing, say, what I'm doing here with the pick a card readings, or maybe you do tarot or have a channel on YouTube, Maybe you're getting ideas for really cool, unique readings to do on your channel. Something like that is really what I'm seeing. But with this Queen of Inspiration, this is that very lucky queen, and again, that's that Queen of Wands. So you have this wand energy that is really fueling you to go balls to the wall. I heard that, I think, in group number 1 as well. But just, you're making things happen. You're taking action on these daydreams that you're receiving from this page of materials. You're taking action on that. And for some of you, this could look like you actually getting some sort of promotion or a career transition of some kind, but you're getting an increase in your financial abundance. And I think many of it is going to be because of these ideas you're going to be implementing. So this will be future abundance for you coming in, because this confident queen here, this is going to be you this month. The best path to follow. You are this confident queen, just looking to level up in life and just have all this good luck. Like, people may look at you this month and be like, why are you so lucky? How are you so lucky? Why does everything happen for you? And it's not just because you're lucky and you're in the right place at the right time. You are actually taking action, and it's the actions you're taking that are creating the luck for you, if that makes any sense. So then with this Page of Inspiration, that's that Page of Wands, more wand, more fire energy, you are going to be, this is your wish coming true position. I don't think I mentioned that. So the wish coming true for you this month with this Page of Wands, you guys are all these ideas. I mean, the ideas. You guys have these beautiful creative ideas coming to you, just flowing right into you. And you guys are learning and studying and just wanting to do everything. But the one thing I would say with this is make sure you're narrowing that focus into your priorities. So if there's a specific project you want to see to completion, you should narrow as much of your focus into that thing as you can so you can actually complete it. Because if you're starting a new project, how much time and attention can you give to all those projects at the same time to actually see any of them to completion? So with this, especially with this Ace of Inspiration, Ace of Wands, as your present energy, you may get 10, 20, 40 different new, awesome, exciting ideas. But it's going to be up to you to figure out how many of these can I feasibly put into action and complete or make work for me in my life. Because you can't do everything and be everything. You have to kind of narrow it down. But the good news is you're going to be very excited to work on these things. You're going to be experimenting with new, especially if you're doing something creative, you're going to be experimenting with new mediums of creativity. So say you're a painter, maybe you're going to mix in some digital artwork into your physical paintings. Something like that, where you're kind of getting creative, getting experimental, mixing and matching and just doing different things. But I feel like this phase of life for you, this experimental creative phase, is going to last you kind of into the winter. So this is kind of fueling you to really be creative and inspired starting in August and moving into September, October, November is really what I'm seeing for you guys. So then we have this Four of Emotions or Four of Cups, and this is in the outcome position, and I kind of want to get a clarifier on this because I already kind of feel, you know, with this underlying Ten of Swords energy, this Four of Cups energy, just kind of disappointment, apathy, unhappy, cynical, you know, all the words associated with the Four of Cups. It's like, this is saying don't dwell on the negative, because you have the ability to just go on a downward spiral with all that's going on in the world and just how much energy you take on from other people. You have the ability this month to kind of spiral to somewhere you don't want to be, and this is just letting me know that you guys really are in charge of your own happiness this month, and to try to change your outlook if things are starting to look dire or like nothing's going right. Change your outlook, because things aren't really as bad as you're thinking they are. It's just you're taking this Ten of Voices, Ten of Swords energy and kind of letting it leak into your beautiful new ideas, and you don't want to do that. But I do want to go ahead and get a clarifier on that real quick. So clarify. Ooh, I think that's way too many, and I didn't even get my question out before they all fell. So I'm going to go ahead and redo that. Okay, so let's get a clarifier on this Four of Emotions for group number 3. Just just one card, please. Just one card. Woo! That's a lot of cards, but I'm gonna just take the top. Okay, we have the Tower, and I want another clarifier, so maybe Spirit was telling me I needed more than one card, because when the Tower pops out, I want as much clarification as I can get. That's it. Oh, I mean, okay, I get it. This Tower is not as dire as you may be thinking. So, what I'm getting from this Tower is, this is just a lot of changes need to be, oh, and then we got this guy hanging out. Nine of Wands. Okay, so you guys are like kind of coming from this place of ready to fight, especially because we have this Nine of Wands. It's like you got your boxing gloves on, you're ready to defend what you have going on, you're ready to fight for what you want. And with this Tower, it feels like to me things are falling down that aren't serving you and serving your more creative highest good. So anything that's not serving this new future you envision for yourself, I do see someone watching this that has recently broken up with someone who they were in a long-term relationship with, or a long-term friendship with. They're no longer on speaking terms, they're breaking up, they're going their separate ways. So this just could be wondering what your new life is going to look like without this person in your life. But because that Four of Cups, you know, normally in your normal Rider-Waite-Smith tarot, there's 3 cups she's kind of looking at bored, and then there's that hand holding that 4th cup. That cup of, that Ace of Cups is right behind her. She just doesn't see it yet. And that Ace of Cups is new love, renewed passion in your life. So if you are someone who's recently broken up, or you're having a lot of problems in your love life, this Tower moment is saying anything that's built on that faulty foundation is going to come crumbling down. But that doesn't mean you have to scrap it completely. You can rebuild a brand new stable foundation for what it is you want to create, and then create on top of that. Build the walls around that stable foundation, and it's going to be much better because you have the 9 of materials. That's the 9 of Pentacles. That is that wish fulfillment card. Your wish is coming true. But I feel like for many of you, this Tower moment is your own psyche, your own shadow side, your own demons, your own past kind of leaking into you. For others of you, again, that kind of sadness and stuff, that could be on a more collective level that you're picking up on because you are such an empath. And the Tower could just represent all the systems that are kind of changing and falling in the world right now. And you're picking up on that, and it's very hard for you to find your stable footing when everything is crumbling or seems to be crumbling. But this is just letting you know that something new and beautiful is happening and is coming in this world on both a collective grand scale and in your personal life. That is going to be such a beautiful, stable foundation for you to build upon, to create your dreams, to make that dreams come true, or dream come true, and have that wish come true for you. So whatever creative projects or jobs that you want to, you know, have go on in your life, your wish is going to come true, especially if it has to do with creativity or something very fiery. It could be a Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries in your life, and that could be a love partner coming in for some of you, or if you're already with that Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries, that's going to be the time. You're going to see your dreams come true with this person, possibly. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and move these off out of our way because we are going to be putting our oracle cards, but if we need to refer to them, they are going to be over here. So let's go ahead and see what else we have. And you guys truly are my extra pile because you had an extra moon card come out. So we're going to have to put that right in the middle. Okay, so we're already looking at close to 19 minutes. So I'd better get the show on the road so you're not here all day. I do apologize this is so long-winded, but deep breath. I just feel like there's so much going on, so much coming in, so much being dealt with that I don't want to skimp on the messages coming through. So maybe pause the video, go get yourselves a nice beverage, and we'll get through this together. So, okay, we're going to go ahead and start right up here with this. Adjustments are required with this 3rd quarter moon. And I feel for so many of you, this adjustment that needs required is just kind of your mindset. You know, that 10 of voices, that 4 of emotions. Your outset or your outlook or your mindset is what needs adjusted. you're kind of maybe operating in this lack mentality at times. Maybe you're wondering, why am I this divine vessel that is bringing through this inspiration to be birthed into the world? Maybe you're wondering your worth, and this could be a self-worth issue for many of you, but you are the exact right person, or these ideas wouldn't come to you at all. So just know that if you are getting these ideas, they are divinely given to you by your guides, your angels, your higher self, God, source, the universe, whatever you want to put on that. That is where it's coming from, and it is absolutely meant for you. So maybe giving a little bit of adjustment to your mindset, and then for some of you this could be just adjusting pieces of the plan. Pieces of the puzzle may not be quite fitting right, and this is where you can kind of examine what you need to do, and again, narrowing your focus into what you really need to be focusing on, and kind of letting the other stuff go to the back burner. Then you have the luck is on your side with the new moon in Sagittarius. So whatever's going on, you have the divine on your side. You have luck on your side. That lucky queen. Everyone's going to be looking at you like you're just some lucky little creature, and you really are this month. And it's like some of you may even be going gambling. I see someone like playing Keno and hitting like $800 or $600. So you may actually be lucky in that kind of way as well. So if that's something you want to do this month, maybe try that out, because I feel like you will succeed. Then with this, nothing is yet set in stone with this mutable moon. This kind of apathy and just feeling disappointed or unhappy. You don't have to make that your mode of operation or the place you operate from. And if there's something that kind of went wrong along the way, it's not set in stone. You can make changes to make it better or to make it work for you. Whatever this thing is, it's going to be different for each of you. So you'll kind of have to use your intuition with this one and figure out what it is we're talking about. Adjustments are required. Nothing is set in stone. You'll have to figure out what needs to be adjusted, what needs to be changed, because it's not set in stone. It's not completely written yet. So you have the power and ability to change what you need. Then with this lotus flower, it says unfoldment. And every time I get this card, I like to mention that the lotus flower grows from the mud and the muck. So it's like, I picture you and this could be just in the collective consciousness that's going on right now. That I would call the mud right now for sure. So the collective consciousness is this mud, and everything going on in the world is actually the ripe environment for you to flourish, for you to grow from within that and be on top of that. So you're not operating within it, if that makes sense. Like a seed would be underneath it, then it kind of sprouts up through it. You're above that. You're not going to be operating in this 10 of Swords energy that's underneath this card here for long. So I feel like whatever's going on in your mind, where you're feeling maybe even a little bit of depression, anxiety, just a sense of sadness, it's not going to last you too long, because you're unfolding into something more beautiful this month with all this inspiration. You're going to really be putting your energy into what you're doing rather than dwelling on, am I worthy? Am I good enough? Did I mess up? It's not going to last long, that kind of energy. You're going to be rising above it is really what I'm seeing. Then we have keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. So for those of you who are my singles, you may meet someone this month who is not your normal type. And this is just saying keep an open mind, because this person may be the one. And for others of you, this just could be you keeping an open mind within your relationship, to where maybe your partner is behaving or thinking or doing things in ways you wouldn't expect them to do. But keep an open mind, because this is actually going to help you, especially if you're married or living together. This is going to help you break out of this kind of more negative energy that you're feeling in your mind. This person is going to kind of help you break out of that, I feel like. Then with this freedom card, it says you're free to do what you choose. I feel like for many of you, this 10 of Voices is almost like a devil card in some way, where you're chaining yourself to something, where you don't have to do that. You can just take the chains off and walk away, is what I'm feeling like. So this could be, for some of you, leaving some sort of toxic work environment, toxic relationship. But for others of you, I feel like this is just you leaving those toxic mentalities or mindsets behind because you're realizing, I don't have time to dwell on whatever's going on in my mind. I have things to do. I have projects to create and new creative things to bring to life in this 3D plane right now. Then with the peace of mind card, I feel like you're going to get that peace of mind. So that 10 of Voices is your underlying energy, but I do feel like many of you have the ability to just, you know, rise above it, unfold above it, and leave it behind. So if you start out the month of August in that kind of negative mentality or negative mindset, this is just saying many of you guys are going to overcome that pretty early on in the month, so you can get the show on the road with all these cool, exciting, and passionate ideas that are coming through you to be birthed into this beautiful world that you are helping to create, this new earth. Whew, that was a long one. I really do apologize. Like I said, I don't like to make these too much longer than about 18-19 minutes, and we are well above that at this point, so I do apologize once again. But if you stuck with me this long and you have the ability, put a little purple heart emoji just so I know that you actually made it through. And if you don't have the ability to make an emoji, maybe you're on your computer, just say the word purple heart and I'll know exactly what you mean. And you guys will have to let me know below what you thought about this reading, if it resonated, what some of these emotions you're working through and some of these projects you have planned. It's always fun to hear what you guys are working on and planning to do in the comments. And I love when you guys start talking to each other about what's going on. It's always beautiful to see. So you'll have to let me know below what you thought and if this resonated. And as always, you guys, thanks again so much for all your likes, comments, shares, subscribes, and all the things. And I really truly do hope to see you back at the Den Creative. All right, bye!